Alright, so I've got to make this quick, but I just got something in the mail that is super important to me. This is from a website called the Movie Reliquary, and I am very, very lucky to have this. This is from a site that is run by someone who does movie prop restoration. And anyone who knows anything about movie props knows that sometimes, with really old props, it's extremely difficult to restore them because of things like dry rot and damage that occurs over time. Now, I don't know what specific piece is in here, but I do know what film it is from, or rather what film series it is from. I can't say I know the specific one just yet, but I know the general vibe of what this is probably going to be. And I don't want to say waited my whole life for it, but this is something that I have been hoping would happen someday for a while. So, let's slip this out of the package. Here is the box that it arrived in, and the camera is going to see this before I do. I am fool. Oh shit. Oh shit. There it is. There it is. Oh my god. Oh wow. Alright, so what this is a section of the Titanic from Ghostbusters 2. If you don't know what that means, essentially, in the second Ghostbusters film, there is a scene where ghosts are showing up all throughout the city, and it's in this big montage, and part of the montage scene involves the Titanic finally arriving at its destination, which is New York City. And, oh wow, this is part of the screen-used prop itself. This is just this is absurdly cool. Basically, Matthew Doe runs this business, and what he does is he takes old movie props and tries to get them back to as close to as screen accurate as possible, because sometimes over time the prop will get damaged or it won't be taken care of properly, and when it needs to be displayed, it needs to look, well, like the thing from the movie. And this is a piece of the Titanic that was too damaged to repair. So he takes these and he makes little displays out of all of the different pieces, so that people can actually keep these and preserve these. And I am extremely, extremely, extremely lucky to have this. Yeah, I'm not sure how well it shows up on the camera, but you can see even on the prop as it appeared in the movie, there was intentional damage done to make it look like the section of the iceberg that had been carved out of the Titanic. I'm not sure if I said that correctly, but the general idea is there. This is now probably the coolest thing I own ever. I'm just stunned. I'm stunned. I'm properly stunned. Actually, Green packing peanuts, everybody. On theme. On theme. Impeccable theming. And I am so glad that I get to own this little bitty piece of film history. Holy shit. This is so cool. I have nothing to say. This is just the coolest thing that has ever happened to me, probably. Now, you get to go back in your little cubby. Oh man, that's so cool. The movie Reliquary, I'll probably try and link to the shop in whatever post I do. But essentially they do this for like just so much shit. They have Doctor Who props from both the original TV show and the newer revival. So it's like they've got Dalek parts and Cybermen suits, and they've got pieces of the xenomorphs from the Alien films and pieces of the cabin from the original Evil Dead films, and it's like they do so much awesome stuff in terms of just both like prop collecting and film preservation, and I am extremely lucky to have this. This is just surreal to own. Wow. Okay then. I guess that's the end of the video. I did also want to show off though. I spent all night making these additions to my Spangler wand. I made a video on this years ago, but I essentially added a barrel extension that actually stays in function with the barrel. So, like, it actually doesn't get in the way of that, which I was very lucky to manage to pull off. And I also added this sight to it, that I used. And both of these are just parts from an old video camera. No, not a video camera, I'm so stupid. An old Kodak picture camera. And I'm just a big day in general for me, I guess. Wow. Well, that was great. 10 out of 10. I'm going to use these little packing peanuts to try and stuff that proton pack back there, because it is essentially a pillowcase, but I don't have a pillow or a bed, so I'm just gonna fill that up with extra stuffing from all of the packaging and stuff that I get. And of course I have the squeeze tubes of Slimer goo and all this stuff. I had to move into a new room because the cats were pissing on everything I owned, and also one of the cats pissed on an electrical outlet, and that was just a whole mess, and it almost lit the whole place on fire. So things have been wild around here, but I'm glad to have gotten this opportunity. And thank you to Matthew Doe for sending me this just stunning display piece. I mean, wow. It's a thrill to own. Thank you so much. And I'm going to stop this video before it gets too long.